human being, and mate, between him and Andre the Giant, they were the pioneers. They created wrestling, mate, and to be honest, the last frontier of great characters.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and Adelaide's made a late change to its side for the showdown, with defender Isaac coming out with lower leg soreness. Braden Cook will replace him in just his second game of the season. And Riley O'Brien has turned his back on free agency to sign a 3-year extension with the Crows. Coach Matthew Nix telling the playing group the good news.
When I heard this guy had signed on, I was that pumped, because from 2020, I reckon this guy was a big reason, one of the big movers with our culture, right, and where we've taken ourselves. Massive influence on you guys as a group, from the youngest through to the oldest. A really big part of what we've been able to build and what we should be really proud of what we built.
Tonight, round 20 continues with 2 games. Essendon play the Bulldogs and GWS take on Sydney. And the Adelaide Thunderbirds will have to find a new captain next season, with 2-time premiership winner Hannah Petty announcing her shock retirement after 10 seasons. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, a heap of crashes around this afternoon with the damp roads. Take it nice and easy. Find the first one at Clemzig, OG Road near 3rd Avenue. One at the moment at Parkcom Car v Bus. It's on Oaklands Road near Hardest, or just near the Marion Pool. Another one's coming at Wingfield, Green Junction Road near the MFS Training Centre. Urgent sewer work slowing things up at Glen Osmond, Port Rice Road near Vine Lane with the camera, Beckman Street, Glandor. New Optus NBN promo plan. Enjoy fast speeds, $20 per month credit for your subscriptions, and a powerful modem included when you stay for 24 months. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Rain today, 13 the top. Showers tomorrow, 14. More showers on Sunday, also 14. And a shower or two on Monday, 14. At the moment, 10. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, anguish and anger as the state and federal governments consider a rescue package for collapsed disability service provider Bedford. New findings around HRT and fragile bones. What women need to know. The colourful life of wrestling icon Hulk Hogan. And car park closures ahead of a very wet showdown at Adelaide Oval. 9 News. Your news. Nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA.
As the chairman of the Port Adelaide Football Club, it gives me enormous pleasure to be able to introduce you today to Ken Hinkley.
It's a great thrill for me to be a part of the Port Adelaide Football Club, you know, the history of the club, and for me to get an opportunity as a senior coach is one that I'm grateful for the Port Adelaide Football Club, and I'm sure that we'll have a successful journey together.
Monfries on his left, can he kick a goal? Swings it back.
Ken in.
In one of the greatest showdowns we've ever seen.
Chapman and Kosh in tears in the race.
Hear the siren now. It should go in mid-air.
What a win!
They've got Henderson. Henderson takes the mark. There's the siren. An unbelievable game of footy by the fairest of margins.
Ben Saunders, JJ goal. Good night. Johnny Kane missed the going goal, but they're in front. No, he's hit the post.
I think he's hit the post.
They're going to do a goal review. Signal to goal. Crows in front by 2 points. Showdown 45. Oh, please. Look at the pressure by Port Adelaide. Over the top, even gives it to Robbie Gray. Get 6, Robbie. He's got 6, Robbie. Robbie's got 6.
Ball up towards half forward. Bodies down everywhere. Here's a jump for Port Adelaide. Both up around 1. Both up around 2. Both up kicked the goal. He's kicked it. I can't believe it. Siren sounded. Let's set the scene here.
Dawson kicks this Crows win.
How's the pressure on Jordan Dawson? Dawson. And he has kicked it.
Oh, he's kicked it. He's shot it. He's kicked it and struck from right to left. No way.
On the eve of Showdown 58, celebrating Ken Hinkley's 13 years of showdowns.
Listen to the crowd.
This is the 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Yes, welcome to Showdown Friday. I'll tell you what, listening to that, it's Thursday Emotions, and we want you to share your memories of those last 13 years of Showdowns, the Ken Hinkley era. Crows or Port memories, as you heard there in the call, and the wrap-up of what has been quite an amazing era of Showdowns. We left Football Park under his era and arrived at a brand new Adelaide Oval. As I welcome Stephen Rowe to the show, and welcome to Footy Friday and Rusden's Blackguts on the line.
Yeah, well, a Rusden Blackgut, Shiraz, you'll want to win that. We thought we'd have a look at Ken's record. He won his first 4 of his first 5 showdowns. In the highlights there, my favourite all-time is that round 8, 2018. Crows were in front all day, 21 points up in the third quarter. And in the late, in that last quarter where Stevie Motlop kicked that goal with 21 seconds left on the clock. But it was just a powerhouse display by Robbie Gray. Kicked 5 in the third, 6 for the game, his third medal. I've seen a better individual game or quarter than that for some time. Eddie Betts has had his moments, but Robbie Gray's a star.
He's one of the cleanest players I reckon I saw play the game. Below his knee, one-touch player, just incredible, and just was able to do those sorts of things. But you mentioned Eddie Betts. Is there been a better goal sneak?
No.
I don't think so.
No. I think he kicked 4 that game.
We were talking about it. I mean, there was Dacos probably in the 90s and 80s, but I think since maybe 2000, I don't think there's been a better goal sneak than Eddie Betts. So,
but
incredible.
Great memories to look back.
Yeah,
so what's yours for that Rusden Blackguts?
Give us a call, 8223 0000. Well, there's always news. There's always something happening around a showdown, and they had the captain's run today, both teams, but Adelaide would have done theirs at Adelaide Oval, and unfortunately, Isaac Cumming had to come out of the side, so he's got a lower leg problem, they're saying.
Yeah, well, we were down there on Wednesday for the Rubbers Ride,
and you
for
picked
Parkinson's, and I said he's training on the sidelines with Hingy. And look, sometimes that happens. He has had tendinitis problems with that hammy, but he's out. That's a big out.
Yeah.
And Cook's in.
There you go. Cook straight in. Are you happy with that, or would you have done something different?
Oh, look, I like Sid Draper. I think there's a role for him coming into September where the ground's a bit, lighter and the weather's better. He come off his best game in the sample last week. Now, they know what they're doing. I said the same thing. Well, you're playing Dan Curtin on the wing. Well, now he is, and he's been great. They know what they're doing. But I would have had a punt at Sid Draper. I don't know, because it's going to be wet and tough and in close, and it's going to be a dogfight. We know that. Maybe Cook's better for that than Sid.
Well, we'll find out on Saturday night. Port's lineup. Well, we know that Connor Rosie will come back into the lineup. They took 3 out, 3 in. Jeb McEntee, one of the interesting inclusions, and says to me that they are looking to get him to do a role and get a bit down and dirty, obviously, in the conditions. So he's going to do that. We had a unique home-style food text that quickly jumped in and said he's not kicked a goal in the last 4 games. How did he get a game? I think it's purely role-playing in this game. So we'll see
how that one comes up. Who do you think they're setting him for then?
I reckon it's got to be Laird or Malira. Now, either to stop Malira's run, and you'd say with the conditions, I'd probably swap it to Laird just to stop him getting so much of the footy.
Okay.
We all know, I think you describe it as hoovering up, and he does it very well. So maybe it's to restrict that.
Okay.
I mean, either way, he has been able to do a close-down role. He did it on Tom Stewart probably twice, which has got to be one of the toughest gigs in the game.
Well, there's probably no one in the midfield, because I think Bergman will go to Dawson. Is it a Rankin? Can he go back and play with him on ball and forward?
Yeah,
Is there a Keys or an Alex Neil-Bullen or a...
It's a defensive forward game that he'll play. So
all right.
We'll see how that matches up, as with the other matchups, which should be interesting. Now, Ken Hinkley, in his presser, he was asked about Showdown.
I won't miss Showdowns, because as much as everyone says that they're good for the state, they're not so good for the coaches. When you lose in this town, in a showdown, it's a little bit different.
Not keen on him.
I just think if you lose, he's not keen on him.
Yeah. And I said exactly that.
They're
about
massive games.
Showdown is about that pride of being able to walk with your head up the next day and walk the streets with pride, where you lose and it's like you got to cop it on the street. And that's, I actually must admit, I loved any of those sort of moments, because it actually drives you harder.
Yeah.
It drives you more because you don't want to be that person that, cops it on the street. You want to be the person who's got their head up high and goes, we won. And you live on the back of that till the next one.
Well, it's been a Port culture, hasn't it? I always said in the early days under Jack, I felt it meant more to them.
Mm.
And we know what Jack thinks of them.
Well, let's have a listen.
It's a grand final. It's a build-up like a grand final. It's not just another game. I hear that. This is just another game. That's bull. It's more than another game. It's life or death.
Now, that was 28 years ago. That's 1997,
and they won
talking
it.
about the Showdown.
It's life or death.
And see, for me...
Jack.
Well, it gives me goosebumps. I feel like I'm in the room. And because that's the sort of thing he would point to you and say, it's life or death.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Kept me out there. I just loved it. It used to pump me up. And that's 28 years ago. I love that. And that attitude hasn't changed. I caught up with him for a coffee on Tuesday. Exactly the same.
Oh, good.
Straight through you. Hey, big news last night. Today the signing came, but last night we had him sitting right here, Rowey.
Oh, the big hooah.
And
Rob.
you asked him.
I asked him. We did hear this week that the Crows have presented your management a longer term.
Yeah, tracking in the right direction, mate. So discussions ongoing. So
that sounds good.
Wow. Well, it did sound good. And
3 years.
3 years is the deal. I think that was probably the only sticking point. I think they wanted the one more year, which is great.
Fair enough.
You wouldn't say he's a greedy man at all. So I don't think it was about the money. It was just about the term. And at 29, as a big fella, he's hitting his prime. His next 3 years will be his prime. So I think it's a good signing and a really pleasing one for everyone at Adelaide.
If you had said to me his upside would be where his football is now, and I was always a bit critical of two things, his marking and also his ruck craft, which are two very important. Everything is his tenacity, getting after the ball, he's tackling, and he's one of the greatest blokes. And we've learnt that now, FIVEAA listeners have. He is just the heart and soul of that club because he's one of those real nice guys. But if you had said to me his ruck craft would have improved to this level, and I'm looking forward to speaking to Sam Bordestone, who's been his ruck coach
the last 2 years.
The last 2 years. Now, what was Sam Bordestone?
Oh, one of the best I've seen.
One of the best.
Up there with Lade, as far as the way they use their palming and to hit it to
and
players.
Just the clever.
They used to call it snowflakes, just dropping it down so that they could run onto it.
He'd have a bit of flight. Well, if you'd have said that he'd be in All-Australian form this year, after round 20, I'd say you're dreaming.
Yeah,
but he is. It's a credit to him.
Well done. But
it's a credit to him.
Have a listen to how, and I do like the way clubs sometimes do these announcements, but here is Nixie on the Rob signing.
Got some good news. When I heard this guy had signed on, I was that pumped because from 2020, I reckon this guy was one of the big movers with our culture, right, and where we've taken ourselves. Massive influence on you guys as a group, both from the youngest through to the oldest. A really big part of what we've been able to build and what we should be really proud of what we built, and I hope he's proud of it. Yesterday, big Rob, so I'm going for that.
You connect with the youngest bloke on the list better, but also the oldest, and you're the glue of the footy club. So excited for what's till 28, what we can achieve with you here, mate.
Very, very grateful to sign on for another few years. There's no place I'd rather be, and no group of blokes and group of people that I'd rather come to work every day with. So I'm very, very lucky and very grateful and very excited. So let's get the win tomorrow.
Understated. He was a 6.
Yeah.
You know, he talks between 9 and 10. He was
as high as he gets.
I think he peaked as a 6. We'll get him on tonight.
Yeah, it'll be great to have a little chat, and congratulations there. Hey, just before we get on to our topic for the night, which is sharing those memories of the last 13 years of Showdowns, bottle of black guts on the line. A couple of sad passings. Hulk Hogan, we've heard about all day, passing away.
6'7", goddess.
And a guy that probably went under the radar a bit as far as South Australia goes, Warren Ralph, a great WA player.
He was.
Kicked 100 at South Fremantle, is that right?
No, not at my club, but the year before he came over to Carlton, and then he went and played at...
he played at Carlton, and then... But where was he in Perth?
Who was his... Claremont.
Claremont. So he kicked 100 there, then went over to Carlton, had a career there. And I think he had a year at the Bays.
He had a year at the Bays, and he won Cross Lotto.
Yeah, all those years ago. Probably way back in, 87, 8?
And apparently didn't even buy so much as a carton of beer for the boys. But to his family, God bless him. That's sad. And to Hulk Hogan...
He was only 66, Warren Ralph. Yeah.
That is,
bit sad.
It is. Hulk Hogan, 6'7".
Yeah, and he looked like a dwarf to Andre the Giant, who he picked up in the ring, one of the most iconic wrestling moments, I reckon.
Oh, talk about make-believe.
And Thunder Lips in Rocky 3. Nothing better. Sensational stuff. Love that.
Oh, that is sad.
Hey, give us a call, 8223 We're asking this. In the last 13 years, what's a favourite memory for you, Stephen, right?
Well, I mentioned mine in the open. The round 8, 2018, Crows were in front most of the game. Enter Robbie Gray kicking 5 in the third. When his third showdown medal, kicked 6. Stevie Motlop weaves through 2 or 3 of them with 21 seconds on the clock, puts them in front. They win by 5. So we're talking about Ken's showdown. So he's lost 13, won 11. This is his last showdown. And a lot of people will probably talk about the 0-5 one, you know, when he stood up and... He'd lost 5 in a row, and
2018.
It was 2018 showdown 4, and then he held up one hand with the O. The 0-5 game's a good one. So to see him off, because it's a Crows home showdown,
it is.
I think he got sent off by Hawthorn with the plane, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
With all the fans. I think if the Crows win, do an 0-5 as he goes off.
Oh dear, that's.
I think he would love it. He loves that stuff.
Yeah. You sure?
He does.
Didn't you hear he's grabbed just a minute ago? Not sure that's the best way to do it, Stephen. But anyway, mine...
It was just a suggestion and a cheeky one at that. They've got to win first.
Well, that's right. My suggestion
+60.
Was, I think, I'm always about first and last. And it was the last game at Football Park where Port Adelaide won, had to come back, and that was the infamous Momfries off break.
Yep.
And the second one for me was Adelaide Oval, first time, 2014.
Let's be honest, this is a big game. We're big enough in here to handle that heat. You know, it's first game here, it's showdown, it's all that goes on. It feels like, and it feels like a final. And I reckon you need to lean on each other. If you can see one of you just having a bit of a dirty time or it's not quite working for you, just help get each other up. Talk to each other a little bit different to the group. You are here to help and support each other because you have a responsibility to 14 other blokes. And when you go out there, you have a responsibility to probably 55,000 people, which is a big bit of pressure to carry. But I'm sure you can do it, all right? So again, Tommy, in yous I do trust, and I'm sure you'll come in tonight with what you deserve, all right? Go get them.
So there you go. Give us your memories of the last 13 years of showdowns. Good, bad, ugly, whatever you want. Just get on the line, 8223 A bottle of Runston's Blackgut Shiraz on the line.
Oh, absolutely. Our best caller tonight. So get involved. Riley O'Brien, after 3 more years, he's going to join us tonight for a quick chat. Hamish Hartlett from Port Adelaide, Sam Bordestone from the Crows. We'll cover off both sides ahead of Showdown 58. We'll speak to former Crow Brett James as well, retrospectively this weekend being awarded his Showdown 2 medal. And we'll talk racing as well with jockey Locky Nondorf and Johnny Kelton stepping in for Tezza. It's 23 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's showdown time again in Adelaide as the 2 SA clubs go to war. Catch all the action live on 5AA. Thanks to Barnacle Bill, serving South Australians quality seafood and much, much more for over 50 years.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
You know there's something pretty nifty in the world of phones right now. The new Samsung Galaxy Z series. Yes, the Fold 7, Flip 7 and even the Flip 7 FE. They're sleek. They've got these magnificent foldable screens, pro-level cameras and a battery with more usage time than previous Flip models. Here's the best bit. Pre-order one at Harvey Norman and snag a bonus storage upgrade. You'll get 512 gig for the price of 256 gig. The new Samsung Fold 7 is like having a tablet that fits in your pocket. Big screen when you need it, sleek and compact when you don't. This offer wraps up on July 31st, so jump in and pre-order your Galaxy Z at Harvey Norman today.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Justin and the entire team at the Barossa Volkswagen, they believe a real test drive should not include traffic lights, stop lights and all that sort of stuff. When you go to the Barossa, go to the Barossa Volkswagen and you'll get to drive through the vineyards in that beautiful region that we love up there. You know, you can drop in, have a test, have a cheese platter, lay out a little bloody, I don't know, a rug, have a picnic, do whatever the hell you want.
Sure.
In your brand new Volkswagen.
And if I said to you, look, you can try out the all-new Tiguan. We've got demo models. They're fueled up, ready to go. It'll be the best road test you've ever had, and it's in the beautiful Barossa. Would you? Would you?
Yeah, would you? And the good thing, once you've bought that Tiguan or that Amarok or that V-Dub from Barossa Volkswagen, you get to get it serviced at least once a year. You go back there, book in an Airbnb, drop it off, get it serviced, pick it up, get a loan car and away you go. What an excuse. What an excuse.
Head me there. The BarossaVolkswagen.com.au. You can check them out. Or just point the nose north. It's only 50 minutes from Metro Adelaide. Look, take a real test drive or book your car in for a service anytime you want. Barossa Volkswagen, city service, country feels.
Looking for your perfect home? At Rossdale Homes, we can make it happen. Explore our huge range of house and land packages today at rossdalehomes.com.au. With a variety of designs, locations and prices to suit every budget, your new home is just a click away. Got your own home design in mind? No problem. We'll customise a package just for you, backed by our fixed price guarantee. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder. Because trust is a must.
Why are we here? What is the nature of reality? Do I really need all that data to listen to history podcasts?
Question everything.
Especially your telco plan. Get the data you need at low prices with Aldi Mobile.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
26 after 4, reliving your showdown memories in Ken Hinkley's 25th and final showdown coming up tomorrow night here live on 5AA 8223 0000. Bottle of Rusden Blackgut Shiraz to give away. But right now, we'll check your roads thanks to Rossdale Homes, SA's most trusted, custom design, fixed pricing and a total peace of mind because trust is a must.
Afternoon, swagger crashes with that wet weather this afternoon. Take it easy on the drive home. Look out for a crash at Hackney. Monster delays outbound, Hackney Road near Bundy's Road. Also big delays with another collision at Wingfield, Grand Junction Road near the MSF's Training Centre. And good news with a Carvey bus crash at Parkholm, delays clearing there, Oaklands Road near Hardy Street, just near the Marion Pool. Got a camera at 2 this afternoon, Tennyson Street at Karata Park. Score a screamer of a deal at BWS. Get a 10-pack of Jim Beam White Label and Cola for $45. Hurry offer ends Sunday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Got some unique home-style food texts flowing in. What would you say, our great contributor on unique home-style food text, Maria, said, actually meeting Timmy and Rowey at the 5AA Showdown barbecue was a highlight. And then that night, Treader's come up with the infamous untenable line.
That was a couple of days later,
I didn't know that one was in sync with our barbecue. I did not know that. Hi, lads. I agree with Rowey about the Motlop goal, and it was brilliant, but the guy that won the footy and gave it to him was just as good, and not sure who it was.
Sam Gray?
It was Sammy Gray, correct. Very quick little hands.
Very good.
And it was actually because two Crow defenders hit each other.
Yep.
And then it spilt free, bounced up, and Sammy Gray just grabbed it and left hand handball, and then Motlop did his absolute magic shimmy and goal after that.
It could be another one. It's going to be wet and windy tomorrow, isn't it?
It is.
So really wet and really windy, a bit similar to today. Yeah. So it's going to be a 50.
I'm trying to remember a showdown that was wet and windy. I remember one night, and it might have been that final, the one that you always talk about. What they call it? Chad called it the dream final.
Oh, the dream.
I reckon
final.
That rained all night.
Yeah,
didn't
I think it did.
And got an absolute bath. Well, there you go, my shower.
Here's one. Riley from Woodcroft. You got a memory, Riley?
Yeah, Jordan Dawson kick after the siren.
Oh, I can't remember it. Riley, can you remember?
Yes.
Can you just walk me through what happened?
The Crows were the underdogs that game, weren't they?
Yeah, I reckon they were.
Flying. Yeah, that's a ripper,
I was
Riley.
early on, but I reckon we were.
Yeah, yeah, that's what could happen.
I think it's the first we got to sort of, what would you say, realise how good a player Jordan Dawson was. We'd heard a little bit about him, and Sydney wanted to keep him, but he wasn't really on a lot of people's radar outside, were they? The two clubs knew.
Well, he could be a Brownlow favourite.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be. He's got to be top three.
That was the very first Friday night showdown So
Is that right?
Yeah.
There you go.
So the country was watching and the heroics stood up to the moment. It is 29 after 4 here on this Footy Friday thanks to Rusden Wines. Very shortly we'll chat to Port Adelaide assistant Hamish Hartlett.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Seriously, I will go class war on this. Some of these doctors are doing it so tough they don't know where their next cognac's coming from.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
They should call this damn strike off. It is a total disgrace. Their tactics are appalling.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Now, the cops are getting 4% a year. Bernadette Mulholland, if you go ahead with this strike, you are the dumbest person in industrial relations in this state.
5AA Breakfast.
You can hang your head in shame.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. There's a glimmer of hope for Bedford with millions of dollars potentially on the table to help it stave off administration. A woman's died after she was hit by a car on Glenburn Road at Tranmere this morning. Adelaide's had another drenching with 15 mils falling in the city and up to 40 in parts of the mid-north and Clare Valley. Because of the rain, there'll be no public parking available at Adelaide Oval for tomorrow night's showdown. While both sides had a light training run this morning ahead of the big game. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, swagger crashes with that wet weather this afternoon. Take it easy on the drive home and look out for a crash at Hackney. Monster delays outbound Hackney Road near Bundy's Road. Also big delays with another collision at Wingfield, Grand Junction Road near the MSF's Training Centre. And good news with a Carvey bus crash at Parkholm, delays clearing there. Oaklands Road near Hardy Street, just near the Marion Pool. Got a camera at 2 this afternoon, Tennyson Street at Karata Park. Score a screamer of a deal at BWS. Get a 10-pack of Jim Beam White Label and Cola for $45. Hurry offer ends Sunday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rain tonight and showers tomorrow, a high of 14. At the moment, 10. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
If you eat too much junk food or drink too many sugary drinks, toxic fat can build up around your vital organs, releasing dangerous levels of chemicals that bring heart disease, type 2 diabetes and cancer closer. When you think of toxic fat around your vital organs, making some small changes like eating less junk food or drinking less sugary drinks is no big deal. Visit sa.livelighter.com.au today. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Get saving now with City Discount Tyres. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttyres.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
Now, some events leave a mark. City to Summit is one of those. On Friday, 26th of September, join a powerful movement. Hundreds of everyday South Australians taking on a 21-kilometre trek from the heart of Adelaide to the summit of Mount Lofty. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it'll be a ripper. Look, it's a physical challenge. We used to do this a lot, Jodie and I, when she was training to do this trek.
I really enjoy it.
Oh, God, it's picturesque. It's also a deeply personal one. So along the way, you'll walk beside young people whose lives have been changed by Operation Flinders. You'll also see firsthand how your support makes all the difference.
It's a great... what they do at Operation Flinders and look after the youth of Australia, they're really helping these kids. In just 5 years, this event has raised over $250,000. Now, whether you're stepping up solo or with a crew, this is your chance to be a part of something that's really special, and it makes a massive impact on these kids.
Yeah, correct. Now, we've got a passionate team here at 5AA. They've already registered and absolutely loved it last year. I'm going to see if I can free myself up for it. City to Summit, close to sold out, but there's still time to support somebody in need today. So do this. Search City to Summit and register online today.
Luxury doesn't have to break the bank. At Austrac Campers, we provide modern amenities, rugged durability, and all at an affordable price. Comfort, even in the most remote of places.
Austrac Campers.
Steinborner has done it again. The Jack T9 Ute has landed at Jack Motors in Gawler. Enjoy a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 7-year unlimited K warranty, 7-year roadside assistance, 7-year capped price servicing. The Jack T9 impresses with a turbocharged diesel engine, 4x4 dual-range transmission, 3-ton towing capacity, and it can easily handle a full-size Aussie pallet with a 1,045-kilo payload. All this from $39,990 drive away. Jack Motors. It's well worth the trip. Gawler, Barossa and Clare, or at gawlerjackmotors.com.au.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes to 5. It's the eve of Showdown 58. It's our Footy Friday for Rusden Wines. If you want to win a bottle of Rusden Wines Blackgut Shiraz, be our best caller tonight and get involved in the show. 8223 0000. It is that easy. Let's chat to one of the footy clubs right now. All thanks to Sharman Shelving. They've moved their showroom next door into the big white building, still at 412 North East Road.
Showdown 58 is on tomorrow night, 5AA, covering it live and free. It'll be a cracker. Hamish Hartlett is on the line. G'day, Hammer.
G'day, fellas. Good to chat again.
How's the preparation been this week?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. We've, there's obviously been some weather that we have dealt with, but I think it's going to sort of hold everyone in good stead ahead of what's to come tomorrow. But the vibes are still positive around the place, and we're looking forward to another great contest against the Crows.
The last showdown, similar sort of rating, if you like. Port had no chance. We won every KPI, just lacked the polish to finish. You probably need to repeat that as far as the commitment goes.
Yeah, no doubt. Clearly coming up against one of the best teams in the competition at both levels, SANFL and AFL, and so we need to bring our very best contest. I reckon last time we really got on top with the stoppage game and managed to get plenty of the ball in our forward half. But as you mentioned, Timmy, I think just failed to be as efficient as what the Crows were when they had their opportunities. So if the boys can repeat that effort in and around the contest, that'll go a long way to giving us a good shot.
Disturbing stat I stumbled across. Port Adelaide are ranked 17th for contested possession, ground ball, loose ball, hard ball gets. You can't win too many games with those stats not in your favour. We can't dish that up against the Crows on Saturday night.
No, that's very true. And basically, the loose ball get stats, contested possessions outside of the stoppage are what the Crows sort of pride themselves on, and it really sets up their uncontested game. So we need to make sure that we set up as well as possible at stoppage first and foremost, and that's not just about the guys around the contest, but it's the guys external to that as well, and then make sure that we're reacting really, really quickly to whatever way the ball's going to be able to equalise the numbers around the next contest, because the Crows are very good in that area.
Well, the conditions would suggest you need to have a dog fight. Have you got enough dogs to fight?
That's a very good question, Timmy.
It was Rowey.
Sorry, Rowey. Sorry, Rowey. Yeah, no, very, very good question, mate. I'd like to think that when the guys are really switched on and bring their absolute best sort of aggressive mindset and really live on the edge, I think that we've got certain players that do it from week to week, but really in these types of games you need all 18 players out in field to really play on the edge, play with a bit of mongrel, be willing to commit everything that they've got physically into every contest. And, I think if we set the game up that way in the first few minutes, then that should set the tone for the rest of the contest.
There's always sighters of what happened before. Bergman to Jordan Dawson was a good one in that first showdown, that you had 21 more inside 50s too. Will you do similar? And just on that, it looks like you brought McEntee back to set him for someone as well.
Look, we know that the quality of player that Jordan Dawson is, there's no secrets around that anymore, and we feel like we've got a couple of pretty good matchups to go to him if required. Miles has clearly been fantastic in and around the footy himself, but he's got the capability of matching up on someone, and obviously Willem Drew is the other one around the ball that can do that too. So, we've got a couple options there if we need to go to them. And Jetty, you talk about guys who've got a bit of dog in them and a bit of fight in them, and Jetty's certainly that type of guy. And we just feel like with the conditions forecast for the way they are, that that'll suit Jed really well.
You said about Willem Drew, that job he did on Newcombe last week was just probably one of his best.
Yeah, he's so reliable, Drewy, in every role we ask him to do, whether that's just to play the game as a midfielder, whether it's to tag someone, whether it's to go out onto a wing and just run the right patterns there. He's super dependable, and that's what we love about him, and that's what his teammates love about him too. So he's a nice little weapon to have if we need to go to that space with him.
Last time we played against the Adelaide Crows, there was no Zirk Thatcher. This time there's no Radagalia, so it's just sort of the traditional two talls. Locky Jones did the job last time. Will he be asked to sort of play that third tall again?
Yeah, likelihood is that's what will happen. Jonesy, we feel like has got the flexibility to be able to do it. We've just got to make sure we find the right matchup for him. And then, Aaliyah and Brandon Zirk Thatcher can take care of the other couple. I can't imagine that Phil Thorpe will be the one for Jonesy, so it'll most likely be one of the other two boys that roll into the forward line for the Crows. So I suspect that's the way it'll play out.
Ken's last showdown, 13 losses, 11 wins over the journey. Are you making anything of that internally as a team?
I don't think so. Kenny, in the build-up to games, never wants it to be around him. He wants the team to perform as well as they can for each other. And so that's been the message this week. It's not about Kenny and his last game. It's about making sure that we as a group put the right performance together on the field.
Yeah, brilliantly said. I had a look back at the showdowns because we're doing that tonight on the show, Hammer. Not celebrating Ken's showdown efforts, but I think he won 4 of his first 5, and one of those 4 of the first 5, you won the showdown medal for the first showdown at Adelaide Oval, showdown 34. Fond memories, and is there a secret to winning these games, do you think?
Fond memories, yeah. It was a great day. Clearly, an amazing day at Adelaide Oval. The first showdown, I think there was in excess of 50,000 there, and it was good for us to get a win that day. And fair to say, the boys celebrated in the correct fashion afterwards as well, boys, as you can imagine. So that was a good day. Look, the key to winning, I think we've spoken about it already, is which team is willing to be really disciplined in the way they set up, who wants to work harder from contest to contest consistently over 4 quarters. And who's willing to physically, put their body on the line for the team for the whole game. That's essentially what it comes down to, and it always has in these games.
Sounds like a good formula. I think the Jordan Sweet-O'Brien clash will be vital. Now, we spoke to Rowey O'Brien last night because I was a little, what would you say, I was a little bemused by the fact that the 5-minute mark of the last quarter in the last showdown, we had our second ruckman in there, and I felt like 2 big moments where Rowey O'Brien got on top. So I asked him about how does he feel when he gets the second ruckman?
Yeah, your eyes certainly light up, and it's time to get some more offensive plays and start running some routes out there because you sort of want to take advantage of that when it's there, and it certainly is a big advantage when you have a second ruck in there and you can get some looks out the front and it can really damage teams from the centre bounce, especially with the 6-6-6 look.
So I don't want his eyes lighting up tomorrow night, if that's okay, Hammer.
Tomorrow after the SANFL game, I'll be helping out with the AFL boys, so I'll make sure that that situation never occurs. We know how quality Riley is in the ruck, and we need our very best ruckman against him. So that battle with him and Sweetie is going to be a good one to watch, and we'll make sure that they're going head-to-head all game. And whenever the 2 second rucks get a chance, they'll be coming up against each other. Great plan.
Hey, last week, terrific win at Prospect, although it be quite emotional with the Barry Robran send-off. I thought a couple of young fellas played really well. Ram down back, Whitlock forward. He then went into the ruck. The future looks bright with 2 talls either end. Will either of them or both of them get a sniff before the season finishes?
Look, they were outstanding, Timmy. Particularly, I thought Rami was great right from the start to the end, playing on a really quality key forward in Mitch Harvey. And then, as you mentioned, Jack Whitlock went into the ruck for the second half of the game and ended up with 18 possessions and kicked a few goals. So some really positive stuff from those 2 guys. I think ultimately we want to see consistency of performance. If they can string 2 or 3 of those types of efforts together consecutively, then certainly the door will open up to those guys. But it's all about consistency and building continuity in those types of efforts before we bring them up to the AFL. But a really good start for those 2 guys.
Excellent. All right. All the best in both showdowns on the weekend, mate. All the best.
Good on you, boys. Speak soon.
Hamish Hartlett, assistant coach at Port Adelaide, also takes on the Sandford job tomorrow against the Adelaide Crows.
Massive day, Showdown 58. We can't wait. Call in 8223 0000 for a bottle of Rusden Blackgut Shiraz. Might get your predictions as we get up to 5 o'clock. Sharman Shelving have moved their showroom next door into the big white building, still at 412 North East Road. Let's check your traffic.
Afternoon, slippery conditions at Savo, so you did take it easy on the drive home. A heap of crashes to look out for. Got one at Hackney Road near Bundy's Road. Really big delays through there. More delays at Wingfield with another collision. Grand Junction Road near the MFS Training Centre. And a Carvey bus getting cleaned up at the moment at Parkhom, Oaklands Road near Hardy Street. Slow going South Road, Edwardstown with a camera port, Wakefield Road at Bolivar. Guzmani Gomez's chicken mini meal, a big eat at a mini price. Mini chicken burrito with free-range chicken, fries and drink, just $12. Grab yours today at GYG. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
South Australia comes alive. It's Showdown Week in Adelaide. The Crows are the talk of the town after a blistering win over the Suns.
They have dismantled the Suns.
While the Power are battling without some of their key players.
That could be the nail in the coffin.
Tomorrow night on 5AA.
You little beauty!
It's the Crows and the Power. Live from Adelaide Oval.
And the crowd is loving this.
Can the Power take on the high-flying Crows?
Magnificent kick!
5AA is your home for Showdown.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
You know there's something pretty nifty in the world of phones right now. The new Samsung Galaxy Z series. Yes, the Fold 7, Flip 7 and even the Flip 7 FE. They're sleek. They've got these magnificent foldable screens, pro-level cameras and a battery with more usage time than previous flip models. Here's the best bit. Pre-order one at Harvey Norman and snag a bonus storage upgrade. You'll get 512 gig for the price of 256 gig. The new Samsung Fold 7 is like having a tablet that fits in your pocket. Big screen when you need it, sleek and compact when you don't. This offer wraps up on July 31st, so jump in and pre-order your Galaxy Z at Harvey Norman today.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Recapture your sense of adventure today in the award-winning RAV4 at the new Jarvis Toyota Brighton Road, Somerton Park. With class-leading safety as standard, enjoy improved fuel economy with RAV4's leading two-wheel drive or all-wheel drive hybrid electric models. RAV4 is in stock and ready to go. Come and experience the difference and take a test drive today at the new Jarvis Toyota Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. The National Tiles famous annual winter spend and save is on now. Spend $4,000 will only charge you $2,750, or spend $2,000 will only charge you $1,450, or $1,000 will only charge you $750. Don't miss the National Tiles famous annual winter spend and save on now. So rush into a National Tiles store near you, or go online at nationaltiles.com.au now and save. Conditions apply.
Things are heating up at Adelaide's largest selection for wood, gas and electric fireplaces. Where is it? The home of fire. And if you haven't visited the showroom, it's at 126 McGill Road, Norwood. So don't wait any longer. Go and check them out. Stephen and I had a look the other day, didn't we, Stephen? And I've got to say,
Very impressed.
It was very impressive. You know what I love probably the most? I am a little addicted to the look of an outdoor kitchen.
Oh, yes. And every house should have one. And you can afford them now because they're great. Seriously, if you're building, renovating, extending, or even just planning to update your heating, now's the time to check them out. The Home of Fire was huge. It has great savings across massive range of fireplaces. There's wood, there's gas, electric, there's log fires, up to 50% off. And while you're there, check out their stunning outdoor kitchens. It is a must for year-round entertainment.
That's correct. Now, what's better than watching the footy on a cold night next to a warm fire on cooking up a feast in your new outdoor kitchen? Get on down. Check them out. The Home of Fire, 126 McGill Road, Norwood.
Searching for the perfect private school? On July 31st, The Advertiser reveals Australia's top 100 private schools, ranked on academics, facilities, subjects and more. The best schools in education? That's news to me. Only in The Advertiser.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
At 11 minutes to 5. After 5 o'clock, we'll speak to Sam Bordestone, Crows assistant coach and a major help in the signing of Riley O'Brien, who's at the Crows for another 3 years. We'll speak to Rob as well very shortly. And we've been hearing about it on 5AA for the last few days. We're calling on you to help shine a light on remarkable South Aussies aged 70 and over. It's the 7 sensational South Australians over 70 who continue to achieve, lead and inspire. If that sounds like someone you might know, might be your friend, your neighbour, might be a parent, might be your sister, brother, whoever, can nominate them now at 5AA.com.au and recognise their outstanding contribution. There'd be plenty of them out there. It's proudly presented by 5AA and ECH. If you want more retirement living and home care service choice from the one provider, you can get more choice with ECH.
Okie dokie, Rusden Blackgut Shiraz to give away for the best caller, which we love on a Footy Friday. You might have a showdown story to tell or not, or a favourite Ken story in all of that. I feel there's a Meatloaf moment looming.
Oh dear, hang on. We're not talking about his great moments when he released the album Bat Out of Hell or anything
Best
like that.
album ever. 72?
No, 78.
Oh, was it really? Well, there you go. There's a whisper, a story, a murmur, a rumour that Snoop Dogg will perform at the AFL Grand Final.
Where?
In Melbourne.
They'd like to think so.
Well, the boys dumped that, but you can guess what I'm saying. Now, he is famous for being a ganja smoker, is he or not? If he's awake for 14 hours of the day.
More famous for his music.
No,
I would have thought so.
Well, if you were to say to me, Snoop Dogg, I go, marijuana.
I go, Uber Eats ad.
There you go. There you go.
True.
So they're not going to hand that out. You're not going to get a roll as you come in. Surely he's not going to be our entertainment. Snoop Dogg.
I reckon, I'm not lying, I reckon the last 5 years, and definitely the last three I've been working with you.
Katy Perry was all right.
You bagged everyone.
Yeah, well,
No,
I didn't.
Every suggestion that's come up,
and
you've bagged.
Robbie Williams loved Robbie and supported that to the hilt.
Yeah, but that wasn't when I was on the show.
That was before you.
Just before me, yeah. But, you've really taken it to them. And they suggested the other lineups. Remember, G-Flip played one year as part of, and you said, what's a G-Flip? And off you went.
But he's not our genre. Like, if an AFL Grand Final, I know there's 2 or 3 million people watching it on TV, but they don't get the full extent of a Grand Final entertainment, do they? Really, do they?
You like Kiss, didn't you?
Yeah, they were, cozzy. They were past it. I mean, how many times can you strum a guitar and poke your tongue out? I mean, I've seen that.
All right, well, who would you get?
And what men wear dress-ups? No, but it's not who you'd get. Is Snoop Dogg appropriate for Australian crowds at an AFL Grand Final?
I don't know that the word appropriate is right. I would say, is he broad enough? Is he broad enough as far as demographic goes? So I'd probably say more so about, is he just a bit too narrow on the genre of music that he performs? Does that appeal wide enough? So that's why the sort of 80s stuff and even acts like Katy Perry, which her songs are very well known to all genres. So because MasterChef made Hot and Cold very famous, didn't it?
But don't his songs go for 9 minutes?
Yeah, he's not going to do them for full 9 minutes. No. He did the Super Bowl.
So he's done a Super Bowl.
He did that in 2022.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So he's not
They
good
don't
enough.
put peanuts out there at Super Bowl.
Oh, now you're flipping.
He's just G-Flip.
He wasn't. No, but he wasn't the main act, was he? He wasn't the main act. 822 300 Rusden Blackgut Shiraz. I know we're on the eve of the show now. We'd rather those stories, but if you're a fan of Snoop Dogg, if you think he'd be good at the grand final, let us know.
If not, what suggestion would you put on the stage?
Drop it like it's hot.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Drop your suggestion like it's hot.
Well, here's the thing. AC/DC's coming to Australia. They're going to be playing at our 500.
I thought Akadaka might be on
That's
the
what
cards.
I thought. That's what I thought.
That would have been awesome.
Wow.
Akadaka. I've got to say,
and they
imagine
have
them
got
rolling
3
out
or 4
Thunderstruck or something.
Really good songs. That suit that.
Sorry, did you just say 3 or 4 good songs?
No, it'd be hard for them. Well, it'd be hard them to narrow it down to 3 or 4, but they would have 3 or 4 really good songs.
It'd be hard to pick their best 4 or 5. It'd be very hard.
Snoop Dogg, Akadaka.
Oh, I'm Akadaka.
There you go.
Every day there. And it's a bit broader too. As much as, some people might go, I'll take it or leave it, they'll still get into it, if a bit of thunderstruck's going on and the like. So here's a man that knows what he's talking about. G'day, Edge.
G'day, boys. How are you?
All right.
You Snoop Dogg man.
On the eve.
Mate, Snoop Dogg would be amazing. Just think about that. They wouldn't need the smoke and the dry ice. It would just come out of his Imagine how much bloody money that's saved, boys.
That's
you know
what I
what?
mean.
You're a thinking man. I knew it. And just got the solution.
That's what I mean.
He's killing two birds with one stone. He's getting the music and he's getting all the dry ice.
And stoned at the same time.
God, that was funny. Well done, Ange. Great call. You are definitely in the running for that Black Gus Shiraz. That is a great. Now, look, Hulk Hogan. I mean, it's one of those things. I think we all have, what would you say, icons from the decades and the like. And I think if you sort of 80s, maybe even sneaking into the 90s, Hulk Hogan was just one of those almost like bigger-than-life characters, Well, unbeknownst to me, and thank you to Steve Miller, who Unique Homestyle Food texted us, he said, Timmy, did you see this? He actually went to the Melbourne Football Club in 2016.
All right, where's this pussy at? Jesse Hogan. All week long, I've been hearing this bull. Jesse Hogan this, Jesse Hogan that. Hey, let me tell you something. You haven't done all to call yourself a Hogan.
We had to dump a little bit
of that, but I've got to say, we got the gist of it. He was having a go at his namesake, Jesse Hogan. But, Steve, that was brilliant. Thank you very much for that.
He was an entertainer, wasn't he?
He was an entertainer. He knew what he was doing there. He's playing the room. But, that was, and probably is, World Championship Wrestling, it is entertainment.
But here's the thing. You go back to that era, and it's our era. So what's it, late 70s, early 80s?
He appeared
Hulk was massive.
So he appeared in Rocky 3, which I reckon was around 1981.
There you go.
And as Thunderlips.
So the two biggest personalities in America of that time would have been he, because he was, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Two make-believe sports. Arnie was huge. Well, literally huge.
Well, but he did.
And then he went into movies.
Did you know Terminator 1 was 1984?
Yeah, well, there you go. But that's what I'm saying. He was a weightlifter from Hungary, and the other rooster was a 6'7" bloody pantomime maker.
Give us a call, 8223 Is there a bigger name than Hulk Hogan or Snoop Dogg? Are you happy with him as the AFL entertainment for the grand final, or you got a better suggestion? Ange from Two Wells reckons that he covers off a lot of bases, so...
8223 0000. After the 5 o'clock news, Sam Bordestone from the Crows.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
Hi, Brett Hibbert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. Okay, the end of financial year might be done and dusted, but at Mawson Lakes Mazda, the deals aren't. All makes, models and colours are being cleared, no exceptions. And there's a huge range of locate demos all ready for immediate delivery. Plus, you'll get free on roads, free stamp duty, free 12 months rego and $500 worth of accessories. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, T's and C's apply.
If you eat too much junk food or drink too many sugary drinks, toxic fat can build up around your vital organs, releasing dangerous levels of chemicals that bring heart disease, type 2 diabetes and cancer closer. When you think of toxic fat around your vital organs, making some small changes like eating less junk food or drinking less sugary drinks is no big deal. Visit sa.livelighter.com.au today. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Healthy soil is the key to a thriving garden. Good soil needs a mix of organic matter, nutrients and biology, all of which you will find in Chock-a-Block, a new super compost from Nutrog. Chock-a-Block is a unique blend of nutrition, microbes and humates with absolutely no green waste, meaning it's consistent all year round. Chock-a-Block, easy to remember as it's literally chock-a-block full of goodness. Look out for the green and gold bale in your local hardware or garden centre.
Shane from Drummond Golf, you've been busy turning good golfers into great golfers.
We certainly have, Rowey. We have the best gear for golfers at all levels. And with the price match guarantee, you know you'll get the best for less.
And you'll improve their game with Mini Golf Max, big swing simulators and My Match Expert fitting. You've helped me, Shane. I shot over 200 metres the other day.
What, in the right direction, Timmy?
That's the next lesson, boys.
Lift your game with Drummond Golf, Australia's biggest golf retailer.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. From the boardroom to the ballroom, from the hills to the beach, Your Say Group Catering will cater for any event. YourSayGroup.com.au.
Indulge in a breathtaking journey from India's Golden Triangle to the serene beauty of Seychelles with Imagine Cruising and Phil Hoffman Travel. Begin with a week in 5-star luxury in India, followed by a 16-night all-inclusive cruise with Azamara from Singapore to the Seychelles. Relax on pristine beaches, snorkelling crystal clear waters and rejuvenate in tropical paradise. 30-night packages include flights from Adelaide from $10,999 per person. Visit pht.com.au.
At Austrac Campers, we never stop innovating. We listen, learn and adapt, making sure our campers are always ready for what's next. Built for the future of Aussie adventures.
Austrac
Campers. Up to the minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Rain tonight and showers tomorrow, a high of 14. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig.
Agostino Mitsubishi's is overstocked with demos that must be cleared. Upgrade your vehicle today. Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes.
Negotiations will continue over the weekend to save disability support group Bedford. It's preparing to enter voluntary administration impacting more than 1,400 people with a disability across the state. Premier Peter Malinauskas says the state government's prepared to put financial support on the table to buy some time.
We don't want just to sign a blank cheque. We want to invest, we want to support, we want to contribute to the cause of Bedford's ongoing operations, but we've got to make sure that it's with a clear focus of a sustainable future.
Australia's reiterating its call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and criticising the actions of the Israeli government. The federal government says the denial of aid and killing of civilians trying to access food and water cannot be defended or ignored. Foreign Minister Penny Wong says the conflict needs to end.
We all are distressed by the ongoing violence, the deaths of so many innocent civilians, the images of children starving, the humanitarian catastrophe that is worsening before our eyes, and we all want it to stop.
Shadow Foreign Minister Michaelia Cash agrees Israel must do more to get aid into the Strip, but says Hamas also bears responsibility.
We would like to see more aid getting into the people of Gaza. But again, there's no point in aid getting over the border into Gaza if it is then being misdirected or delayed by Hamas.
Our road toll has climbed after a woman was hit by a car at Tranmere this morning. The 53-year-old was struck on Glenburn Road just before 6 a.m. The 21-year-old driver and his 24-year-old passenger were not hurt. The woman's death is the 49th life lost on our road so far this year. Fans are mourning the death of wrestling icon Hulk Hogan. More from Reid Butler.
He was regarded by many as the greatest pro wrestler of all time. And now Hulk Hogan, real name Terry Bollea, is dead. Paramedics called to his home in Clearwater, Florida this morning. They tried to save him, but he passed away in hospital. He was 71. Hogan became an international phenomenon in the 80s and 90s, a star in the wrestling ring, and he helped make WWE the behemoth it is today. More recently, he was a star on the political stage, stumping for then-candidate Donald Trump last year. One of the most enduring images of the campaign was when Hogan ripped his shirt off on stage at the Republican National Convention. The US president paying tribute online, saying, "We lost a great friend today, the Hulkster."
And 49 people on board a passenger plane have been killed in Russia's Far East. The plane was flying between regional airports when it lost contact with air traffic control. The wreckage was later found on a mountainside. Now Now turning to 5AA sport, and Adelaide ruckman Riley O'Brien has signed a 3-year contract extension with the Crows. The 29-year-old has enjoyed one of his best seasons and currently leads the league in total hit-outs and hit-outs to advantage. He told his teammates he couldn't see himself anywhere else.
Very, very grateful to sign on for another few years. There's no place I'd rather be, and no group of blokes and group of people that I'd rather come to work every day with. So I'm very, very lucky and very grateful and very excited. So let's get the win tomorrow.
Well, Collingwood coach Craig McRae has responded to reported interest in Carlton's Jack Silvani, confirming he would be open to meeting with him. Tonight the round continues with Essendon up against the Bulldogs and Sydney playing GWS. And Australian cyclist Ben O'Connor has taken out stage 18 of the Tour de France. It's the second stage victory of his career. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Super slippery conditions with drizzle this afternoon, so take it easy. There's a heap of crashes to look out for. One at Hackney causing really big delays, Hackney Road near Bunnings Road. Another one at Wingfield with awful delays, Grand Junction Road near the MFS Training Centre. And a car v bus getting cleaned up at Park Holm at the moment, Oaklands Road near Harding Street. Super slow, Goodwood Road, Goodwood. Super busy, Taplings Hill Road, Glenelg North with the camera Golden Grove Road at Golden Grove. Dan Murphy's don't match prices, they beat them. And with Dan's deals, get Heineken Lager 330ml bottles, 24 case, $51 for members. Ends Sunday. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Rain tonight and showers tomorrow, a high of 14. Showers continuing on Sunday, 14. Then a shower or two for Monday and Tuesday, tops of 14. At the moment, 10. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, anguish and anger as the state and federal governments consider a rescue package for collapsed disability service provider Bedford. New findings around HRT and fragile bones, what women need to know. The colourful life of wrestling icon Hulk Hogan. And car park closures ahead of a very wet showdown at Adelaide Oval. 9 News, your news. Nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 now.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
As the chairman of the Port Adelaide Football Club, it gives me enormous pleasure to be able to introduce you today to Ken Hinkley.
It's a great thrill for me to be a part of the Port Adelaide Football Club, you know, the history of the club, and for me to get an opportunity as a senior coach is one that I'm grateful for the Port Adelaide Football Club, and I'm sure that we'll have a successful journey together.
Monfries on his left, can he kick a goal? Swings it back.
Get in there.
In one of the greatest showdowns we've ever seen.
Chapman and Kosh in tears in the race.
Hear the siren now. It should go in mid-air.
What a win!
They've got Henderson. Henderson takes the mark. There's the siren. An unbelievable game of footy by the fairest of margins.
Ben Sockers, JJ goal. Good night. Johnny Day missed the dummy goal, but they're in front. No, he's hit the post.
I think he's hit the post.
He's hit the post. They're going to do a goal review. Signal to goal! Crows in front by 2 points! Showdown 45! Oh, please! Look at the pressure by Port Adelaide. Over the top, even gives it to Robbie Gray. Get 6, Robbie! Get 6, Robbie! Robbie's got 6!
Ball up towards half forward. Bodies down everywhere. Here's a chance for Port Adelaide. Moth up around 1. Moth up around 2. Moth up kicked the goal! He's kicked it! I can't believe it! Siren has sounded. Let's set the scene here.
Dawson kicks this Crows win.
How's the pressure on Jordan Dawson? Dawson, and he has kicked it.
Oh, he's kicked it. He's shot it. He's kicked it and struck from right to left. No way.
On the eve of Showdown 58, celebrating Ken Hinkley's 13 years of showdowns.
Listen to the crowd.
This is the 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Oh, Showdown's just the best. Gets the juices flowing. It's our Rusden Wines Footy Friday. Still to come this hour. Riley O'Brien's going to join us 3 more years. He signed until the end of 2028. Coming up before 5:30, we'll speak to Brett James, a former Crow, and we'll talk racing with Locky Nondorf and Johnny Kelton. And your calls for a Rusden Blackgut Shiraz, 8223 0000. Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the goal square, you can customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Well, there's some great moments there. I'm sure there'll be some tomorrow. Crows are going to host Showdown 58 tomorrow night. Timmy and I will be calling it. Joining us is Adelaide's ruck coach, Sam Bordestone. Sam, welcome.
Rowey, Timmy, thanks for having me, fellas.
Let's start with a big hooah. Riley O'Brien signing for 3.
Yeah, I certainly skipped into work this morning with a smile on my face. Learning of Rob re-signing for 3 more years. It's fantastic news for the footy club and for Rob.
Yeah, God, he's in all-Australian form. His ruck craft, I don't know whether it's a surprise to you, but it's obviously not because you're his ruck coach. His ruck touch and craft has improved out of this world the last 2 years. Yeah,
it's probably a credit to Rob himself. He's the ultimate professional. I've said it many times. He goes to work in that space and he puts a lot of time and effort into owning his craft, and the reward for him is paying off, as we can see this year. Yeah, but just his touch and connection with the midfielders. And he's so smart in the game where he might get beaten for a quarter, but then he works it out in game and during breaks. And that's obviously, you're helping him assist that to see what you see. God, he's in all-Australian form. Yeah, look, he's performing consistently every week, and that's all we can ask of everyone that goes out on that park. In terms of that connection with that mids group, that's something that we went to work on last year when I come in, and again, that's not off the back of luck. That's off the back of a body of work that him and the mids do together weekly to build that connection, because as a ruck, you can only get that with working with the guys at your feet. Yeah, well, he's making them look good and they're making him look good. It's a double-edged sword, that one, Sammy. Just quickly, Isaac Cumming is out. Is it a hammy, lower leg? Is it 1 week? What's the story? Yeah, it's a lower leg, I believe. So it's I think that come out. We're just extra proactive with that there and making sure that we get him right for the weeks ahead. So that was a call that they made on Cheese's today, I think it was. Yep. Just to make sure that we don't leave any stone unturned with him. Yep. Heavy ground too would come into it. I understand Cook coming back from concussion. I'd love to know where Sid Draper's at. Yeah, Sid is progressing well in the SANFL. On the weekend, if anyone saw the game, it was probably his best game for the year. He knows the areas of his game that he needs to grow, and like everyone else, he's putting in that work behind the scenes. And on the weekend, we could see that those areas of growth for him are now becoming more consistent in the level that we're at. So it's just going to be a thing of time and making sure he can consistently put that on the park for us each week.
Hey, Sam, congratulations, mate.
Thanks, Timmy. What's that for?
You won Development Coach of the Year. Now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where you can collect that.
Tongue in cheek, Sammy.
But I'm knighting you with that. All right. I think you've done a marvellous job. 2 years working with Riley, and I think it's really shown out. We were talking previously just about your craft as a ruckman to your midfield, and I can definitely see the work that you've put in with Riley coming to the fore.
Thanks, Timmy. I heard you had a great wine sponsor there, so I'll just come in and collect that.
Rusden Blackguts.
Yeah, we'll organise one for you. We're very close to them, so we'll do that. The midfield is always critical in any game, but the Port actually shocked you last time. Any learnings from that?
Yeah, they did. Obviously, if you look at the pure numbers, they clearly were the better midfield group on that day. And we went away from that game taking our learnings from that, and then in the preparation for that this week, we've gone to work and had a look at what they've done last time and anticipated what they may bring again this week. And we've certainly got some things that we can go to and counteract with that this time. And I think the beauty of our group is we've trusted our process all year, and we take learnings from each game, and then it's the ability for our guys to execute those learnings on game day. So again, tomorrow night, that should be on show.
There was a surprise with the Miles-Bergman-Dawson matchup last time. If that happened again, would everybody be ready for that? And maybe it's an expectation?
Yeah, that's probably something we didn't expect going into that game. But, I mean, if you're Port Adelaide, you look at that and say that was probably something that they got right last time. So, again, like you said, we went away from that game, took some learning. So we'd anticipate that if it worked for him last time, they may run with it again. But we don't know. It's Kenny's last showdown, so I'm sure he's got a few tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, no surprise they'll want to bring the fight and the heat and make a scrap. I mean, drag you guys down, not to their level. That's not fair because they're a bloody good team. But it's going to be a fight, isn't it, Sam? I'd anticipate that anyway.
Yeah, I think what we can guarantee that every showdown, it doesn't matter where the clubs are situated on the ladder or within the season, they're always a fierce and tough battle. And I think tomorrow night's going to be no different. It's going to be on for young and old. I mean, the conditions at the moment are probably going to make it more conducive for that contested style of footy as well. So, yeah, showdowns are showdowns. They're probably one of the greatest rivalries, but we're certainly prepared for what's coming tomorrow night.
Well done, Sammy. Mitch Hinge, 100%. He's right to go?
Yeah, he's ticked all his boxes. So, captain's run today. So, he's been all cleared, ready to roll. He'll be running out in the park tomorrow night.
Yeah, not bad when you got an emergency like Brodie Smith who plays at the level and did well to go out that could come straight back in. You seem to have better depth, Sam.
Yeah, I think that's been probably a strength of us this year. You can see how strongly the sample side is performing weekly. And like you said, you've got guys like Brodie Smith with 250 games running around. And it's a credit to everyone going back there, the attitude that they have to not put themselves first. It's always team first with everyone back there, and they go back and perform their role. And as we've seen this year, when someone falls out of the side, an opportunity creates itself. And like Braden Cook again this week, but they're playing good footy, so we know that they're going to come in and perform when they're called upon.
What are Port's threats, do you think, Sam?
Oh, well, you probably touched on it. Their midfield would definitely be a threat. They've got some real weapons in there, and then their ability, if they get those inside 50 entries, George Yardis is in some serious form. If you look at his numbers, I think he's second in the Coleman potentially. Yeah. And he's a high target player for them, and he can mark a footy. So they've got weapons, and as do we. So we are preparing for what they've got, and obviously trusting the process, and what we've got in place is going to be good enough.
Well done. Keep up the great work, Sam. It's going to be a cracking game. Showdown 58. Might be wet, it might be windy, all those things. They're always classics, and you're right. Doesn't matter where you are on the ladder. You guys have got a lot to play for, so all the best, and thanks for your time.
No worries. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Well done,
Thanks,
Sam.
I'll try and get that
award?
That award for you.
Yeah, you're a good man, Timmy.
Thank you. Sam Bordestone, our guest.
Outstanding. All thanks to Sterling Homes. Whether your blocks the size of Adelaide Oval or the goal square, you can customise your build with Sterling Homes. Riley O'Brien, who is responsible for 3 years, he signed today. He'll join us straight after we check your roads.
Hackney still got big delays with that smash at Hackney Road near Bundy's. Road delay clearing at Wingfield, Grand Junction Road near the MFS Training Centre for that smash. Another collision to look out for at Lonsdale tonight, Lonsdale Road near Meyer Road. Glen Osmond, Urgent Sewer Works, Portrush Road near Vine Avenue causing delays and quite busy at the moment. Goodwood Road at Goodwood. Cameras, Montague Road, Cavan, and Mawson Lakes Boulevard at Mawson Lakes. Right now, the Liquorland, spend $50 in store and scan your flybys to earn 10 times the points. Hurry and Sunday. Cheers, Liquorland. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G track down the sporting greats of years gone by. With 5AA's Where Are They Now? Thanks to Walco. Walco are at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up with their incredibly good-looking Walco mesh pool cover.
Australia, the wait is over. AC/DC are back. Power up at the BP Adelaide Grand Final, Sunday, November 30. One of the world's greatest rock bands, AC/DC, with special guests Amel and the Sniffers. Limited premium concert viewing tickets into areas A and B still available. All tickets include access to the BP Adelaide Grand Final on Sunday. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
If you appreciate sporty handling in a compact car that puts the fun back into driving, you'll love the game-changing Corolla at Jarvis Toyota. It features a 1.8-litre fuel-efficient hybrid electric system engine, plus cutting-edge safety advancements. And every new Corolla comes standard with capped price servicing. Exhilarating Corollas are in stock and ready to go. Take a test drive today at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
If you're heading to Showdown tomorrow night, here's a bit of an idea for you. Empire Bar and Pool, perfect pit stop to stay before or after the game. Now, you could be rolling in with your mates after a win, going, yoo-hoo, you beauty, let's go and play some 8-ball at Empire Pool and Lounge. Or you could be maybe just needing to drown the sorrows and heading in and saying, rightio, Empire Bar and Pool is the way to go.
There you go. Empire Bar and Pool. Look at boast 12 pub-size 8-ball tables, 16 American 9-ball beasts. They've got the 2 big elite Chinese snooker tables. They've got private areas for hire. They've got catering options, a booth seating that turns casual catch-up into something which can turn out to be legendary.
Exactly right. Empire Bar and Pool. It's the basement of 2 Gresham Street City, open 7 days a week. Enjoy.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Willington. Understaffing in our hospitals is harming you and me. We urgently need a workforce plan to identify the right number of doctors for each of our hospitals and health services. And we need fair wages and conditions to attract and keep doctors so you can access care when you need it. Help make our health system safer for you and safer for me. Visit safermedicalstaffing.com.au. Authorised by Dr. Laura Willington, President, South Australian Salaried Medical Officers Association, Adelaide.
Australia's landscapes are as tough as they come. That's why Austrac campers are designed to handle it all. From the rugged outback to the coastal wilderness, are you ready for the challenge?
Austrac campers.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
21 minutes after 5, we'll speak to Showdown medalist, or at least retrospectively being awarded, Brett James, after 5:30. He, Mark Rasciuto and Mark Bickley will be officially awarded with their retrospective Showdown medals at Adelaide Oval on Saturday night. We'll speak to John Kelton as well very soon in place of Terry McCullough for our tips and your calls for that Rusden Blackgut Shiraz, 8223 0000.
Well, our 5AA regular for Harvey Norman is Riley O'Brien, the big hooah. He has broken what we're calling a 5AA trend of guests that come on and go. He has re-signed with the Crows for 3 years. He joins us now. Rob, congratulations.
You bloody beauty. Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me on.
Now, it was a considered negotiation, and rightly so. You know, when you get to the twilight of your years and you've been a Crow your whole life. I felt you were never leaving. Tell us and talk us through the pros and the cons.
Yeah, mate, I certainly never wanted to leave, and I always wanted to stay at the footy club, and there's always a bit going on with, players coming in and things like that. But, I mean, the main discussion was around, my role going forward and having some assurance around that. And, discussions eventually got there, and, we are really happy to be able to stay on for another 3 years, and can't wait to see what we can do with this footy club for the next couple of years.
How good.
I saw a sneaky glint in your eye as you answered last night, and I thought to myself, I said to Rowey, I reckon this looked very positive for you guys.
You said that as you walked out.
Yeah, so the body language was good.
You know me too well, Timmy. You know me too well. I'm sorry sorry I couldn't reveal it on air yesterday, but I was sworn to secrecy until today.
Yeah.
So
I bet you attempted.
you guys missed out on the exclusive scoop.
Well, if you were more a 0 or a 10 instead of between them 4 and a 6, I would have picked it up.
Yeah, I was pretty steady, wasn't I? He couldn't really tell, Rowey, could you?
Yeah.
I was maybe closer to a 6 yesterday, but I certainly wasn't anything near you.
No, that's okay. Now, what I love about clubs is debuts we just all love. We love how the parents get involved and you get told, and the club and the teammates get told, and it's unbridled excitement. We had Jordan Dawson not last week or the week before. Now the vice captain and news done. How did the club announce the news, Rob?
Mate, the boys were all flat as a tack. They were pretty good. So I think they filmed it, so they'll probably come out with some sort of thing. But Nixie announced that we watched Dawson's 150-game highlights, and then on the back of that, my contract got announced. So, a few claps and, gave a little spiel, mate, but it was all good. So the boys were happy.
Oh, mate, we're wrapped. Are you set for a wet and windy slog tomorrow, Showdown 58? Yeah. Yeah,
we had our captain's run today, and it was a good rest rehearsal for it. It was windy, wet, not very nice, good day for ducks, but tomorrow will be a great game. So I'm looking forward to a tough slog around the contest, a real territory game, and we're prepared for that, and they'll bring the heat, and as will we. Unfortunately,
Isaac Cumming didn't come up, and Cook comes in for him. Will that be more than a week?
I'm not sure. He was a test today, so he was running up and down the change room, trying to do some strides and see if he was all right. But he turned out he wasn't, so I think he was touch and go. So hopefully he's back next week, Isaac, because he's been a very important player for us. But Cookie will come in and do a good job.
Now, I know you were in these negotiations and the like. You've had your best year ever. Sometimes a lot of people say it's when it's the last year of the contract, then they get the contract and they don't have as good a year. You're more professional than that, aren't you? As a player, Riley, I would have thought.
Certainly not my plan, Timmy.
No.
Certainly my plan to repay the faith that the club's shown in me with this contract. So looking forward to getting work for the rest of this year and then for the next 3 years. And I feel like I haven't reached my peak yet as a player.
Correct.
And my
You're 29.
So that's certainly my goal over the next couple of years is to reach my peak and give all that I can to this team.
Well done. Your ruck craft in the last 2 years has been outstanding, and we've just had Sam Bordestone on, and it was all due credit to himself.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic, yes.
Well, I gave it to him. I gave him a new award that's not even invented, so, yeah.
Yeah, he would have loved that, so I'll make sure I get around him tomorrow then.
Yeah, good work. We'll let you go, Rob. Have a ripper. Congratulations. 3 more years is outstanding. You build clubs around big, powerful ruckmen. But
big, powerful hoo-ahs.
But people with character, and you've certainly got that. Rob, congratulations. Well done.
Thanks a lot, boys. Have a great weekend.
Have a ripper. Riley O'Brien there for Harvey Norman. Signed for 3 years. That's a great Phillip, our guest.
It really is. We'll see him tomorrow in action live on 5AA for Showdown 58.
Well, he's endeared himself to our listeners, hasn't he? Hadn't he?
Oh, I would think so, yes.
Well, this time last year I was calling him symbols and all sorts. And now he's an All-Australian ruckman and he's going to take us to the promised land.
But you're not a listener.
Well, that's true. Hello, Jeff at Angle Farm. Hello, Jeff.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. You're all good today, I know that.
Excellent, my friend. Now, what about GF Entertainment? Who would you like to see at the grand final?
Yeah, well, it was easy enough. I just Googled and put in the Australian top bands.
Mm-hmm.
Ice House comes up.
Yes,
Noise Works.
Yes. Noise
Wolf
Works.
Mother.
Wolf Mother, yes.
Eskimo Joe.
Are they still together, Wolf Mother?
They come back now and again.
Yeah, it must be, yeah. There's other ones called Spacey Jane.
Oh, Spacey Jane, they're a bit more modern. Yeah, yeah. Oh, like it.
Lime Cordial, that's a bit sticky.
Yeah, I agree with that, but they're very good, actually.
They played the W Grand Final a couple of years ago.
They're excellent.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah. They do a song called Inappropriate Behaviour. I like it.
Well, Jeff, they're all in front of Snoop Dogg. Now, we Googled Snoop Dogg's top 5 songs. A lot of them were a bit misogynistic.
Well,
a lot of them have got double meanings to it, to talking about a bit
rude.
You'd have to clean them up a bit. Yeah.
Well, no, but does he represent this woke AFL?
Well, it's a good question, actually.
Well, I think it is.
Yeah, it's a great question.
You think about the AFLW.
I think it would go against a lot of their
Of course it would. Well, absolutely it would. I'd be amazed if he gets through.
I would.
And he loves gunja. He loves getting it down his tonsils.
Allegedly. Let's go to Kersbrook. G'day, Andrew.
Eddie.
G'day, boys. How are you?
All right.
So,
Kersbrook, that's...
Brian Stein.
Yeah.
Oh, is that me?
you're
on,
Gio,
Andy.
yeah.
Riley O'Brien signed for 3 years. That means Sammy Draper's probably going to stay at Essendon. That's good.
Potentially. That could be,
Maybe.
Yeah, could be a move.
Anyway, I don't know, I heard that you're going to have Beatty on.
Yeah.
So when the COVID thing happened, was that 2019, 2020?
20,
I got coaxed out of football retirement after a long time.
Mm.
I didn't play under Beatty, I wasn't good enough A grade here, but I remember we had to go down Kangarilla, one of those like boondock treks down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember saying to Beatty, like, how do we go down there? And he looked at me, he's like, Wooly, it's an oval with 2 sets of sticks.
Yeah, simple.
And I'm like, oh, that's all he said. He's man of few words, but that stuck with me because I kind of thought between those guys that make it to the top echelons of football and guys like me that tried but didn't quite get there, they were able to compartmentalise, is that the word? Those small things of moving grounds and making it still the same game.
Keep it simple.
And, it stayed with me. And I'm like, when I heard you were going to have Beatty on, I'm like, he was a great coach up here.
Oh, he had a great
Andrew,
footy brain.
keep listening. Just after the headlines, we'll have him
mate.
on, actually, because he's getting a retrospective Showdown medal.
He deserves it. 5:30.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Have you seen the mascot for the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games?
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
It's a unicorn called Finny. If we were hosting the Commonwealth Games in South Australia, what would our mascot be?
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
I reckon at the moment you'd have to say that South Australia would be represented by a dead stingray that the Federal Environment Minister didn't think was a natural disaster.
5AA Breakfast.
Steve the asphyxiated stingray.
Yeah.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. The Prime Minister is again condemning Israel's actions in Gaza as France lends its support to the push for Palestinian statehood. The state government's thrown Bedford a lifeline as it tries to stave off voluntary administration. There's still hope the doctors' pay dispute can be resolved, with more talk scheduled for Monday. And power skipper Connor Rozee has passed his final fitness test and will play in the showdown, while for the Crows, Isaac Cumming is out with leg soreness. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Bit of a break in the weather, which is nice at the moment. More showers in about half an hour and a few crashes getting cleaned up at the moment. You'll find one at Trinity Gardens, Porterace Road near McGill Road. Another one at Hackney Road near Bundy's Road, and delays clearing from Nellie Smash at Lonsdale Road near Meyer Road. Still got cameras out, God bless them. Black Road, O'Halloran Hill and Edward Street's Outdoor Park. Right now at Liquorland, spend $50 in store and scan your flybys to earn 10 times the points. Hurry in Sunday. Cheers, Liquorland. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rain tonight and showers tomorrow, a high of 14. At the moment, 10. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
You know there's something pretty nifty in the world of phones right now. The new Samsung Galaxy Z series. Yes, the Fold 7, Flip 7 and even the Flip 7 FE. They're sleek. They've got these magnificent foldable screens, pro-level cameras and a battery with more usage time than previous Flip models. Here's the best bit. Pre-order one at Harvey Norman and snag a bonus storage upgrade. You'll get 512 gig for the price of 256 gig. The new Samsung Fold 7 is like having a tablet that fits in your pocket. Big screen when you need it, sleek and compact when you don't. This offer wraps up on July 31st, so jump in and pre-order your Galaxy Z at Harvey Norman today.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
To redefine Australia's favourite truck, Isuzu asked, what does reliability really mean? Well, it means more efficiency in every drive with a sleek new cab design, supporting you every kilometre of the way with improved driver comfort and protecting every road user with more advanced safety features. Introducing the all-new Isuzu truck range. Reliability redefined. To find out more, visit your nearest Isuzu trucks dealer or isuzu.com.au.
Things are certainly heating up in Adelaide. Adelaide's largest selection for wood, gas and electric fireplaces is the Home of Fire. It's magnificent there. Go and visit it. 126 McGill Road, Norwood. We've been there, Stephen. It's a must-see, isn't it? It's a must-see. Have a walk around.
Brilliant.
And I must admit, a little addicted to the outdoor kitchen myself.
Yeah. The Home of Fire always conjures up thoughts of Johnny Cash's Burning Ring of Fire. I think that should be their theme song. When we play this, play it in the background.
I think as you walk in, it just clicks off.
I think it does. So seriously, if you're building or renovating, extending, or even just planning to update your heating, now is the perfect time to check them out. The Home of Fire has huge savings across massive range of fireplaces, wood, gas, there's electric log fires, up to 50% off. Wow. Never be a better time. And while you're there, check out their stunning outdoor kitchen areas. You go through the shop, all the way through the log fires, you turn right, and you go, goodness me, you do this.
How good's this?
They're one of the best out there. Fantastic. All year round entertaining.
If there's a better time, I'll go, feel that weather out there. Get on down. Now, what's better than watching the footy? Hey! There he is. The Ring of Fire. Boy. For a cold night, what's better than cooking up your best meal ever in your new outdoor kitchen? Check out the Home of Fire. 126 McGill Road, Norwood. Give it to him, Johnny.
Hurry into Decor Extras for a massive lighting clearance sale. Save up to 80% on floor lamps, table lamps and pendants, including lighting shades, from just $5 to $50. So rush into Decor Extras now. 48 Henry Street, Stepney.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 25 minutes to 6. Locky Nondorf, who's South Australian jockey, Adelaide Metro Premiership coming to a head at Morpheville very soon. And John Kelton from Racing.com as we get your tips for the weekend. He's standing in for Terry McAuliffe tonight. And your calls for that Rusden Blackguts Shiraz, our best caller tonight, 8223 0000 is the number.
Not getting a lot of love, Snoop Dogg, for the grand final.
Oh, no.
Is he really? Here's a good suggestion, Hoodoo Gurus. Weren't they here in Adelaide this year? The Hoodoo Gurus?
Was it late last year? It might have been late last year at the Gov, but...
5:36, look, it's wet out there. We're getting a lot of reports. Debris on the road as you head up the Adelaide Hills. Please drive carefully. And talking about the Adelaide Hills, my next guest is from there. Crows Premiership stars, Mark Ricciuto, Mark Bickley and Brett James will be presented their retrospective Showdown medals. Joining us is two-time Crows Premiership player, and Nord Premiership star, Samford Hall of Famer. I speak of Brett James. Madge, welcome.
How you going, guys?
Hey, can you remember the game, Showdown 2?
Yes, I do. It was a day very similar to today, actually. It was pretty wet. And from memory, after losing the first one, we wanted to kind of make up for things. And at quarter time, I think they were giving us a bit of a touch-up again. And we gradually got back into the game. And I think our last quarter, we got right on top and kicked a few good goals and won the game. Oh, not comfortably, but we were in control of the game by the end anyway.
Yeah, it was great. 23 points down at three-quarter time. You're right. 9-11, 65 to 9-4, 58. You might remember this goal from Troy Bond.
Lay, attempted hack out of there by Ricciuto. Ben Hart gets it back to Sampson. Little kick has been marked by Bond. If he kicks accurately, the Crows are in front. He's shooting from only 25 metres, and he puts it through.
He had a great art of popping up and kicking a goal that was important to the team, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. And I think moving forward, like that's that year, I reckon once we hit he kicked 4, I think, grand final day, the same thing, at 1 1/4. So, as I said, he just, when required and you needed a goal, Bondy would always just be the man at times.
It was round 19. You went to the top of the ladder then. This is 97, the year you won the flag. Now, where did you play that day? I'm trying to... Was it half-back, through the midfield, back pocket? Where were you?
No, I was mid that day. Because I always played a bit everywhere. So
you did?
I was a bit of a fill in the gaps player. So, that day, generally someone from the mid, I often got put in there. So, that was a midfield day. And as I said, once we got to finals, I was a bit forward, bit back, bit everywhere.
What were your thoughts, Brett, when they first called you and said, we're going to present retrospective medals?
Well, it was that long ago. So as I said, it made me think about the game. I went, that's why I've got a reasonable understanding what happened in the game. I actually thought about it a bit.
Yeah.
But for me, it was fantastic. It's just, I suppose it's some recognition for, being playing in those early games. And, the hype probably now that we've got all started from back then, because those first couple of games was, the first one when we got beaten was, not controversial, but there was a lot of noise made about it. And then obviously us having a comeback. So the first couple, I think, set up what's happened moving
forward
on from that. Yeah.
No, good point. There was a lot of talk about that first loss and the way Malcolm handled it. He just wrote the number 18 on the whiteboard and said, 18 games to go. So, it's not the end of the world type thing. So that was a really good approach. But I suppose as far as players went, and you'd only come back from Collingwood, so you weren't exposed to probably the early hysteria that was around Adelaide. I think it was probably a great thing that Port came in, Brett. Would you agree that it actually it probably made the Crows better?
Well, there's not many games. Like, you lose finals games and you can be really, really shattered. During the year, you lose games and you're disappointed, but you lose a final and it's shattering. Well, losing that first showdown was kind of shattering. It had that same feel amongst the group because everyone kind of thought that's not really what was expected to happen. But probably moving on to the second one, it was a little bit, at the end of that year, we fought back a lot from, spots where we probably weren't meant to win. So, we kind of, potentially that was where we started to gain some momentum, that put us into the top of the ladder. But it was more, I think we just had that attitude that we're never out of a game. As I said, Bondi, I think Bards, Bungie, they all had, bobbed up when required, and we kicked goals when we need, like good goals when we need.
Big moments.
But we kind of, handled the moments pretty well towards the end of that year. So that was probably that start of all that, feeling good about ourselves and trusting ourselves.
Yeah, we had a great game. Just goes to show the umpires have no idea. The Brownlow votes that day, Wanganeen 3, Lade 2 and Matt Connell 1.
Huh. Well, I'll be honest, I never got too many umpire votes over my career, so that's not kind of
surprise.
That's kind of normal.
Come on, Madge,
I know the feeling, Brett.
You're being very, very modest. And Madge wouldn't have shot his gob off. He was just a no-nonsense footballer. So, you didn't catch their eye. That doesn't matter. Bretty, you caught our eye. Hey, what do you think of the Crows now?
Oh, they're going fantastic at the moment. They kind of hit that, we improved for those couple of years and then we stagnated for a year and you start to go, geez, I hope to keep moving forward. But they've really, fantastic. The way they've developed, and we can kind of always had potential up forward, but our midfield's been a bit thin, but we've added a bit of depth there. But the backline boys, I reckon they're very underrated with the job they're doing. Yep.
Oh, God. Well, you think about them. Keane they got from Ireland that Collingwood rejected, and he's the second best intercept marker in the comp. Number one is Worrell. The latter half of last year started to do well. Well, he's in all-Australian form. Laird's back there as a half-back flanker. Hinge has left no stone unturned. Miller just mops everything up. And then Nick Murray's the other one. I mean, they're a mismatch of defenders from other clubs and all sorts, but, God, they've come together as a unit, Bretty.
Well, I don't think, when you talk about them, everyone probably speaks like they don't get recognition. And I think recognition kind of comes when you start winning big games. So that's what you hope over the next year or two. They'll start getting recognised on a larger scale if they're good enough to win those really important games late in the year.
Yeah, well said.
Hey, Brett, we had a guy just call up before you come on, Andrew from Kersbrook. Reckon you got him out of retirement in 2020 or something like that to play a few games. Reckon you were heading down to somewhere like Kangarilla, and you said, how do we go down there? And you said, mate, it's an oval with 2 sets of sticks. Have you been quoted correctly?
I don't doubt that. Footy's footy. I've kind of always been like that. Footy doesn't matter where you're playing, AFL, country footy. Like footy, it's good fun. You play with your mates, and we're trying to win a game. You're trying to win. So, you always keep. I reckon footy can get a little bit overrated in terms of the way they talk it up. It's a game of, we go out as a group. This is what we're trying to do, and then you go about it the best way you can.
I've got to catch up with your brother now. I don't know if you're still involved. Are you still involved in the game?
No. Not at all.
Not at all.
Stopped coaching a couple of years. I helped Trinity Trinity,
Okay.
my son goes to Trinity, so I do a little bit out there, but it's not in a big way.
Because Roger's doing something out at Barossa, the new Lindock Oval.
Yeah, I was talking to him the other week about it. Yeah, they're doing. Yeah, they've got some group they're forming, and they've got a dinner coming up, I think.
Yeah, excellent. Well, that's where me and Darren Jarman are going. So,
you're doing a show down there. You are.
I was hoping you boys would jump on.
so
well done.
Could be dangerous. Can you pop along and just be my bodyguard?
Well, I'm probably the safer one to be with.
Yes, exactly.
Imagine. Hey, before we let you go, and well done again on that, mate. Your career was outstanding. Have you got one of your Colts who's playing out at Nord now in the underage? Where are your boys at?
Yes, I've got a son Archie. He's playing at Nord and Trinity, and my daughter, she plays netball at Tango. So
okay.
He's not like me. He's actually he'd be close to 6'3", so he's a bit different build to me.
Unreal.
Yeah.
God, well done.
Something in the apples
on
up
him. Something in the apples.
Definitely not like me.
So you'll be there tomorrow night?
Yes, definitely.
Good work. Well, mate, congratulations. Well done, and thanks for your time.
No worries. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Tim.
Unassuming star, that bloke.
Oh, just went about his job and so clean.
All of them were.
So clean.
Apples,
the other
groggy.
bloke.
Yeah, sorry about that. The James brothers.
So Rubix and Brett James will all get their retrospective showdown medals on Saturday night at Adelaide Oval before the game, which is a great touch as the first 6 get recognised. Visit Ranella Hyundai and take a test drive today to find your perfect Hyundai car at Main South Road, Ranella. We are streaming on Facebook and YouTube on the Ranella Hyundai live stream. Next, we'll speak to Locky Nondorf and John Kelton as we go racing. Here's your traffic.
Afternoon, heavy weather and fog through the hills and on the freeway at the moment. Take it nice and steady through there. A couple of crashes getting cleaned up. One at Trinity Gardens, Port Race Road near McGill Road. Another one at Lonsdale Road near Maya Road. And urgent Silworks to look out for at Holden Hill, Grand Junction Road near Braeside Avenue. Cameras, Dawes Road, Door Park and Golden Grove Road at Golden Grove tonight. Keep out of the weather this weekend at South Australia's Caravan Camping and Outdoor Sale. Sounds like a great idea. On now until Sunday at the Adelaide Showground. Get your tickets online now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
If you eat too much junk food or drink too many sugary drinks, toxic fat can build up around your vital organs, releasing dangerous levels of chemicals that bring heart disease, type 2 diabetes and cancer closer. When you think of toxic fat around your vital organs, making some small changes like eating less junk food or drinking less sugary drinks is no big deal. Visit sa.livelighter.com.au today. A message from the Government of South Australia.
At Coles, get great value on fruit and veg this week. Like delicious Australian Hass avocados for just $1.80 each. In store and online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Now you can score yourself a Cooper's Ugly Christmas jumper with Sip and Save.
Certainly can. Simply purchase any participating 24-pack of Cooper's beer at Sip and Save. You'll receive a token. Once you've collected 3, you can redeem them for a Cooper's Ugly Christmas jumper. There's 6 magnificent colours to choose from.
And here's a deal to get you going. Sip and Save. Cooper's Pale Ale, 24-pack bottles, $58.99. Ooh, yeah. You can always expect more at Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service.
So prices may vary in country areas. Available while stocks last. T's and C's apply. Find them at sipandsave.com.au and drink responsibly.
Searching for the perfect private school? On July 31st, The Advertiser reveals Australia's top 100 private schools, ranked on academics, facilities, subjects and more. The best schools in education? That's news to me. Only in The Advertiser.
Don't miss the Cheapest Chips Chippy Rewards Super Sale this weekend.
Cheapest Chips.
Members get 30% off flooring, excluding Black Dot. Sign up and start saving. Offer ends this Sunday. Live cheaper at the Chippy Rewards Super Sale at Cheapest Chips.
They said launching a ute in Australia was an uphill battle. And the new Kia Tasman wouldn't have it any other way. With 4x4 tech built for tough terrain, it's Kia's most Australian vehicle yet, featuring low-range gearing, ground view monitors and auto-rear locking differential in select models. The Kia Tasman didn't reinvent the wheel, it just got dirty. The Kia Tasman, here now at your local Kia dealer.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Camper Agent RV Supercentre is your ultimate destination for caravans, camper vans and motorhomes. Join us at the Let's Go SA Caravan and Camping Show, 24th to 27th of July. Explore all the big brands, Winnebago, Windsor, Corrimal, Adria, Hitchhiker, and unlock huge show savings. Whether you're upgrading or buying your first RV, make Camper Agent your first stop. See you at the show.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
At 12 minutes to 6, we're going to give away that Runston Wines bottle of Blackgut Shiraz very shortly, all thanks to Runston at runstonwines.com.au. Still some time to call if you want to win it, 8223 0000.
Well, there's a big weekend because the SA Metropolitan Premiership comes to a head this Saturday at Morphettville, so it'll be wet and windy there as well, I'd imagine. And a man that's in the running for this is 23-year-old apprentice, Locky Nondorf. G'day, mate.
G'day, guys. How are we?
Not too bad, mate. I think you're about 4 behind Rochelle Milne, so you're a big chance if you can have a bit of a day out at Morphettville.
Yeah, look, it's a bit of an ask, but to ride 4 in one day to level us up and fight to win, but and that's without her riding a winner. But stranger things have happened, as we all know. So yeah, don't count your chickens until they've hatched.
Correct, and you've had a great year though, mate. Got to be pleased with what you've been able to achieve.
I have, yeah. I've been very grateful and sort of to be on the right horses at the right time. Obviously, racing is one of those games that we all know takes 2 to tango, and if you have the horse underneath you, it makes life a lot easier. So I've been hopping on the right horses, but in saying that, I feel like I've been riding in career best form and being able to produce and get the job done when it matters. So it's been a great season for me.
Well done, mate.
Jump on the Mudlarks for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Heavy 10.
It's going to be warm. It's going to be a wet one. They've got it gotten 8 now.
Oh, it's 8. Yeah, right.
Oh, God. Hey, I read your record this year, 424 rides, 65 wins, 47 places. Your winning rate's 15%. You're placing 41.5. They're unbelievable numbers, Locky. Congratulations on your year, mate.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that. Yeah, it's like I said, one thing I've really strived for is probably consistency throughout the year, and not realistically having the most rides, but probably getting on the better chances and keeping that strike rate right up. So credit to my manager, he's been able to sort of achieve that, and we've obviously got a great combination with the Stokes and Stokes stable, and their strike rate would be through the roof as well, which also obviously helps. And we've been a great team throughout the season, and we've rewarded each other at the right time. So it's been great.
Well done. You've had 2 Group 1 wins, one earlier in the season, which was the SA Derby. That's the key to get on those Group 1 rides, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and that's been one of our goals is sort of, to be honest, the whole season we haven't really been keeping an eye on the premiership. We've made a lot of hit-and-run missions across the border to Victoria, and that's probably held me back from winning the premiership this season. But my main goal was to be able to keep on riding in those bigger races on the bigger stage, sort of as often as possible. Because at the end of the day, I think that's where any jockey wants to be. And I had to sacrifice a couple of Saturday meetings here to go over and ride in those bigger races, but I was happy to do so. And I feel like I'm really able to sort of now start getting success in those bigger races, and add to the Group 1 tally this year again was fantastic, and I'm sure we can keep the ball rolling from now on.
All right, well, let's not muck around, mate. Let's have a look at what's happening tomorrow. You are in race 4. You're on one of the Stokes horses, Sign from Above. Is that the one you think is the best ride you've got tomorrow?
I wouldn't think so. I thought last start he was probably ready to do something, and it was on a softish track, and he fell in a little bit of a hole late.
Okay.
And obviously, with this rain, it's a bit of a query. I reckon my best 2 tomorrow would come in race 6, the Man's Man. Query on the heavy track, but if he handles it, he should be going very close. And Blanc Visage in race 9 should be a great each-way chance.
Well, I've got that written here. The other one I had was Over Full. What can you tell me about that?
Interesting runner, come down from Queensland. Great opportunity, and very grateful to get a ride from Peter Roble, who was a fantastic ex-jockey himself. And this horse definitely oozes ability. Only query, as he sort of stated on an interview earlier this week, was probably the travelling around that it's had to do.
Okay.
But in saying that, the horse, when it does travel, does seem to thrive. So if it can show up and produce its best, I'm sure it'll be around the mark there for sure.
Is this Locky Nondorf or is this John Kelton?
Well, he's helping me out so I can talk to John Kelton.
Locky, you've got a career when you give up the whip, son.
I know, it'd be all right, wouldn't it? Get a microphone in my hand, I might be able to just talk all day. It would be easier than losing weight.
Yeah, I was going to say, Locky, it's a lot safer, but I'm not sure it is.
Trust me, Locky, talking's far easier than losing weight.
Hey, all the best at Morpheville tomorrow, and congratulations on a great season.
Well done, Lock.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Cheers.
SA jockey and just a little champ, Locky Nondorf.
Timmy and Terry's tips.
Well, as you may have heard, Terry has been subbed out, and rightfully so. And what we've done is we've brought in the man that he so often quotes anyway.
He does.
John Kelton. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, boys. Evening, boys. How are you?
Yeah, geez, you've had a long day, haven't you?
I have, actually.
Early to bed tonight, John.
Oh, well, normally Terry comes on and I always say to him, what's John got? Because I want to know what JK's got. So you can give it
Fair
pardon
enough.
the
Yeah,
pun,
I agree
the
with you.
horse's
We probably
mouth.
should have left Locky Nondorf on.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he?
He talks very well. You probably see that a bit on racing.com when he does his pre or post race interviews. He's very eloquent, and you can see the amount of study that he puts into each of his rides, and that's why he's one of the state's best, if not the best, rider in the state.
Unreal. All right, mate, you're taking Terry's place. Give us what you got for Morpheville tomorrow.
Well, the first thing I'd note, I'm basing all my selections around horses that I think are superior wet trackers. I would be amazed if this track is not heavy tomorrow. We've had about 16 or so mils since midnight overnight at Morpheville. It's still light rain at the moment. I think the best couple of bets come up early in the day. Race 1, number 3, Brave Star. This guy has got exceptional form on heavy tracks. He ran last week and he covered a bit of ground and ran very well. I think he'll go close. And another horse that ran last week in race 3, Sab on Ice. This horse was super impressive winning. He was on a wet track last week. It'll be even wetter tomorrow. But, gee, he handled the wet well last week, and he's obviously fit and in form. So I reckon they're the best couple. And one that absolutely swims that's a bit of a price, sort of $9 or $10. Race 5, number 14, Impending Diamond.
Ooh.
Carry 51 kilos after the 3-kilo claim, and she loves the heavy track.
Wow. All righty. I like what you're talking there, JK. That sounds very good stuff. Now, I did speak to Locky Nondorf, and I thought what I might do is I might go each way on his Blanc Visage that he's got in race 9. That is number 9. So I want to try and back him in there.
That horse actually ran a really good race. Locky rode it last start at Murray Bridge, and it ran really well. Hasn't been on wet tracks, but I'd probably back it to handle the wet.
What about the same race? I Am Pikey, or I Am Picky?
I Am Picky, probably not one I'm going to back.
No.
She's been going okay. Hasn't ever been on a track worse than a good 4, so that worries me a little bit because the track will be a lot worse than that tomorrow.
Gotcha. All right, race 6. Now, Lockie's riding the Man's Man and then Big Sue as well. Any of those like the wet?
The Man's Man, Locky just noted it in his interview there. He thinks it's what might pull it up is the wet track, and I probably agree with him with that. I reckon the horse is a big query to handle the wet. Most probably the best horse in the race, but I think that big query on the wet will stop me backing it at the short price.
Okay.
Big Sue doesn't have the ability of the favourite, but he does get through wet ground quite well, and I wouldn't be dismissing him, but he probably needs to just find a couple of lengths on what he has been doing.
All right, we'll go with that. I'm going with your first 2 early ones, mate. I'm confident now that you've spoken. So, hey, all the best. Thanks for filling in, mate. I really appreciate it.
Well done, Johnny.
Racing.com.
No worries. Thanks a lot, boys, and best of luck tomorrow.
Yes, he's a portmanteau. He'll be backing the power. Don't worry about that. John Kelton, Racing.com, taking over from Terry McAuliffe.
Leith can have the last say at Happy Valley. Leith?
Yes, boys. I'm sorry that Hulk Hogan passed, but he was part of the WWF.
World Wrestling Federation.
That's it. And
Yes.
They had to change it to the WWE.
Correct.
In the late 90s for legal reasons.
That's right.
My son Tom, he was right into it, but he was only about 10. And I once said to him, so why did they have to change it, Tom? And out of the mouths of babes, he's gone, because they had to get the F out of it.
That wins the Rusden Blackguts, doesn't it?
Thank you very much,
so
mate.
funny.
Very clever, very
they
clever.
They had to get the F out of it.
Well, Sam had already presented Rusden Blackguts.
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, you had.
Well, it's not his job to present it.
Well, my job is to ask you who should win it before we get to the end of the show.
I was a rap for Ange because he kicked us off with Snoop Dogg. He said, well, you wouldn't have to pay for the dry ice and all the rest of it.
Okay. Leave from us out.
Is that going to be the one? So we decided?
Oh, well, Timmy's the captain.
All right, Ange it is. Oh, poor Leith. He just sounded like he just won it.
Well, he almost did.
You've just snatched it from him at the last hour.
Well, that's what can happen in this life.
Better luck next time. Sorry, Leith.
He blind squirreled at that bloke.
Ange for Rusden Blackguts Shiraz at the Barossa Valley, home of the Blackguts, rusdenwines.com.au. It's time for the 6 o'clock news.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Life's a journey. As you grow older, every step